Picture this, you're in a creative zone and you're ready to dive deep into your work, and then a notification pulls you out, derails your thought, and before you know it, now you are scrolling aimlessly. Sound familiar? Now, if you're creative trying to thrive in a world full of distractions, this video is for you. We're gonna go over some of the reasons we get so easily distracted, and then we're gonna dive into powerful tips to help you reclaim your focus, stay inspired, and get into that elusive flow state without constant interruptions. I like to think about the fact that people get paid a lot of money to ensure that I never leave their app. Now, they don't care about how much goals I accomplish for the day. They don't care about if I'm on target. They just wanna know how long this moron ended up doom scrolling with them for the day. Yeah. The thing about our brains is that we are hardwired to seek novelty and run from monotony. And even when it comes to simple willpower, even that is debatably in limited stock throughout any one day. So the question is, why is it so hard to avoid distraction when we know we should and want to get our work done? The truth is, it's not a simple answer. And if we want to avoid complicating the whole thing and we want to boil it all down, it comes back to the point that it's just difficult. Doing anything meaningful, purposeful, worthwhile requires us to stretch beyond what we're actually comfortable with. Now, anything less than that, we wouldn't even really care about it. And this is common amongst the human experience. Speaking from my own experience, there are some days that I am creatively on fire, and then what seems like a lot of days, I'm just making trash. Now, is this part of the process, or am I actually doing something wrong? Even when I come from my sports background or going big and going home, how many times have I gone big, go for the burnout? There is a bit of growth, but comes with a burnout that takes me so long to get back to normal that I always have to question how much worth it was that burnout in the first place. Cut this out. So we've talked about the problem. Let's actually talk about the solutions. We're going to use two negatives to make a positive. We are going to use distraction to beat distraction. Yes, you heard me right. Let me explain. I was watching this YouTuber Eldre, and he was talking about his journey of learning piano. Now, for a long time, I've been off and on when it comes to learning piano. I know enough to produce music, but I'm getting to a point where my ideas need a deeper understanding of piano and music theory so I can actually replicate the things that I'm hearing now in my head. So since August I've been on my own personal journey of learning piano. He had a friend in there that talked about in 4 or 5 months, he learned all his scales and his chords so he can be the keyboard player in these sessions so he can get more work basically. I was incredibly inspired. So I said, I'm gonna do something like that for myself. So I got to it, started practicing piano. First thing in the morning, 30 minutes, throwing on YouTube, whatever I felt like watching, and it made the task so much easier, so much less daunting because I was kind of learning, I'm fumbling through it, but I had a bit of distraction to ease the pain. And what I found is that even when it comes to production, like sometimes I'm making music, I'll throw on a podcast first if I'm not really feeling into it, and I'll just let the podcast run, produce some music, and then when I get to a point where now the podcast is actually too distracting, then I'll kind of pause and I'll finish up. And this has been a great thing for me to kind of have those days where you don't really feel like it and you're like, let me just take some time off to keep going and keep pushing through it. And that's what I'm talking about. Distraction is an incredible tool for you to use because it's not going to be the reason you're going to become Mozart. It's not going to be the reason why you're going to create this amazing art, but it's going to raise the floor and it's going to allow you to chain days together so you have more chance of having an amazing day recreate something great, where you have more chances of building these tools maybe passively, where the difference could be you building something passively or nothing at all. And I want you to know this isn't just a beginner's tip. Even for the seasoned creatives, there's going to be moments and seasons in your life and on your journey that you're going to be feeling it a bit more, feeling it a bit less. There's going to be times where you're stuck in a plateau, about to get to the next level, and the biggest difference between you getting there and not getting there is you just keep working, keep sharpening your sword. So this is a great resource to just keep you working and keeping your tools sharpened, even if your idea is not the best in the moment. Hopefully this helped, and if anything in here was useful, I'd ask that you like and subscribe, and maybe go check out that next video that YouTube might think you want to see. Go create, be great. Peace.